Hello, Paul Ellis from the RIC Group here. I'm going to give you a webinar on our supply chain solution for SAP Business One. And today I'm going to focus on run management, loading truck, and proof of delivery. So the RIC Group was established in 2001. We have customers all over the world. For SAP Business One, HANA, our product is certified, and we use a service layer for integration using endpoints, which can be modified. SAP Business One SQL, we use the DI API. The majority of our customers are in distribution and manufacturing, and we're a sponsor for the SAP SMB Innovation Summits all over the world. We work with the SAP Business One partner channel globally. We've been a part of the SAP APJ growth series as well. So our warehouse management solution or supply chain solution uses a loosely coupled architecture. So it's a loosely coupled application using the service layer, REST-based API for integration for HANA or the DI API. And the reason we use the service layer for integration is that means we don't have to install our software where SAP Business One core is. And it allows the users to keep the core clean, having a loosely coupled application. We have an API for our warehouse management solution, which allows for the Internet of Things to take place. And we have integration with Freight e-commerce, blockchain, and Power BI. Our solution is a best-of-breed WMS platform. And we use best practices for our solution. Contact us at sales@thericgroup.com. Feel free to visit our website and also visit our YouTube channel, as we're one of the only ISVs, I believe, that keep it up to date. Now, I've gone into our run management already, and I've been, run management. I can go into our run management. And basically what this looks at is runs or deliveries or sales orders or invoices that I'm going to assign to a run that are going to get delivered. And now when I assign that to a run, I'm then going to load the truck to ensure that the truck is loaded correctly. And then I'm going to go and capture a signature or a proof of delivery when on site delivering those goods. So for this particular instance, we've got eastbound, northbound, westbound set up. And I've already set up certain deliveries for today, and I've assigned them to westbound. I've got 2 cycles here as well for westbound, so you'll note that westbound has got 2 cycles, and I've given them a time, 9, 10, 11, 13, 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And then I've also got a northbound run, and then I've got 2 deliveries here, 1323, 1324 for eastbound. Now what I would want to do is show you, when I go into SAP, I could add a new delivery. And by adding a new item and a new delivery for today, and our WMS uses the multiple bins or the bin allocations from SAP Business One, we can add that. And we've got a delivery 1326. If I go straight into our run management software and have a look, you can see 1326. It's an unallocated run. And we can have that set up as UDFs that come through already to the run management solution. But I could go, if I don't have that set up, I can simply select that run and say assign to run. Like if I choose the drop down, I can choose different ones, and I can assign to run. And you can see here now I've got the 1326 on eastbound, and now I might want to select that onto a cycle. So I'm going to select assign to cycle. And now you can see here straight away refreshed to cycle 1. So these are the 3 drop-offs, 1323, 1324 and 1326. And I want to now say click on eastbound, and I can see my 3 deliveries that I'm going to make for eastbound now just by using this tab. And if I wanted to select northbound, I can see northbound, and I can see westbound, and I can already see here's my 2 drivers. Note that I did 2 cycles for here, so I had a cycle 1 and cycle 2, so I had 2 drivers, 2 cycles, and 3 deliveries or 3 drop-offs and then 2 drop-offs. So for eastbound, I've got my 3 drop-offs, I've got 1 cycle, and I'm going to say update run, and I'm going to select, and I'm going to get James, and registration, whatever it may be. Departure time, I'm going to get the driver to leave at 8:30, and you know, a special note or whatever note we may think is appropriate, we can say drive carefully. So if I go back and I look at my eastbound, I've now been assigned a driver, I've got a registration, I've got a departure time. Now what I want to do is put delivery times. Now these delivery times could come from the ERP. So and when they come straight away from the ERP, it will make it easier, but I've got 9 o'clock and I'm going to make my second drop off at 10 o'clock and then my last one, and you can see straight away how it's dynamic, right? That it's putting them in sequence of the delivery times. So it doesn't matter which one I select first or second. So we've got the delivery times and we've got our drop-offs, and now our driver is pretty much ready to go. However, they need their manifest printed, and I can go and print my manifest, and you can see here's my 3 drop-offs, my registration, departure time, and I can also choose whether I carry across the weights, or the weights of the products, or the weights of the pallets, weights of the cartons, so I know the weight of each delivery, but at the end of it I'll know the weight that's been loaded onto my truck as well. So from here I now want to load eastbound. So let's go to load truck, eastbound, and select. Here are my orders that I need to load for eastbound, and this is the load truck part. So it's allowing me to use our warehouse management solution to ensure that the trucks are loaded with those deliveries. Now we go as far as the SSSC labels that have been printed for the cartons or pallets during the pick stage are the ones, the exact ones that are scanned when doing the load truck. So we can ensure that we have complete visibility of what is being loaded is the goods that have been packed as picked and packed as well using the WMS. So I'm just going to disconnect here with the USB and put in the scanner. And so just for scanning purposes, I've now loaded 1323 and 1324. You can see that there's an audit, so there's a complete audit and visibility of who's doing what, at what time, date, timestamps, and I've loaded my truck. I haven't loaded 1326, but at the moment I haven't got a barcode to scan, but you can see what the principle of how I'm loading my truck. I'm scanning my barcodes to load the truck. I can also print the manifest from here, and then I'm going to complete. And that's success. Now if I go back to run management, and I've got my eastbound run and I know that it's been loaded, if I try and change this particular document to another run, it's going to give me an error. But I actually can load this 1326 into another run because it hasn't been loaded. So I won't do that now, but from there we've got load truck. So I've got my eastbound, I've got my drivers, and I've got my departure time, and it's completed, it's loaded, it's ready to go. So let's go to the next part. I've got my runs, I've printed my manifest, I've got my driver ready to go, I've loaded the truck, and now I want to capture a proof of delivery. Now if I go back to SAP Business One, I'll capture it against 1323 because I know that's been loaded. It's the eastbound run, and if I minimize, I can go to our proof of delivery solution. You can see here proof of delivery. It's running on an Android, it's written in Xamarin, and it's live. So it's going up to SAP Business One dynamically. Now, what's the customer on 1323? Microchips. Now remember, you could scan the 2D barcode that was printed on the manifest there from the run management software. So from the run management you can print the manifest that has the 2D barcodes that allows the driver to scan the delivery so they don't have to do this selection. It'll automatically scan and load up the details. And if I was dropping off another delivery document or another sales order or another invoice to Microchips, I could just scan that manifest barcode again and automatically load as well. So for this particular delivery, I'm making a drop-off of 1 of the office print, and once I select, I can say confirm, and you can see order quantity and delivery quantity is 1. Now note that I could scan the barcode of that product, and further, if I was dropping off a pallet of goods, because we've picked it and packed it using the WMS, we know what pallet, what SSSC barcode is representing those goods on that pallet. We could just scan that pallet. Now I'm going to grab a signature. So I can grab a signature for Paul. Oops. And then clear that. And then what we can do is then say sign here, and there's my signature. Save that. Now if I want to add a photo, I can. We allow up to 5 photos per delivery. So let's just take a photo. There's the floor. Yes, I'd like to keep that photo. Minimize that. And now that I've taken a signature, the person's name who's signing for the goods, I can confirm that. Do I want to send the proof of delivery across back to SAP? Yes, I do. So that's dynamic. So it's live. So once I'm creating that POD, the solution's going up and looking up to make sure that that delivery for that customer exists in SAP Business One. Now it could be sales orders, it could be AR invoices as well. So here we are, we've got the delivery, and we've got a photo, POD report, and URL. Now if I open up the photo, I can open up the photo, I can open up the report, which tells me what the driver has dropped off, the goods, who was the person who signed for it, the date and time, signature, and I can also just open up the image of the signature if I wanted to as well, and of course send this out to the customer if there was any proof of delivery concerns. From here, I just want to show you something further that we've done in the warehouse management solution or supply chain solution. In the run management, you can now go to POD review, and as part of customer service, you could type in the actual document number that you wanted to search for here. So you can now go, okay, well now I'd like to check the signature, whatever it may be, date and time stamps, photo, and the POD report that we have that can be sent out to customers. I can actually do all of that now from the warehouse management solution. So just to give you a review, I have my runs, and I can update these deliveries or sales orders or invoices depending on what you've got it set to different runs. And within that run, I can have a cycle. So I could have 1 cycle, 2 cycles, it's unlimited. But I could have different drivers doing a run, but it's by cycle. I could have a morning or afternoon cycle. And then when I've assigned my run, and then I can assign a driver. I could assign registration, truck or car registration or whatever it may be, van registration, and then I can say I print manifest. Now once I print the manifest, it's going to give the driver the details of where to go, what the drop-off points are, and the sequence number as well, plus a QR code to scan. Now QR code's quite important. So I've updated my run, I have my eastbound run selected, I've got that already. My driver has their manifest, and I can then go and load truck. Now loading truck is the next part where I want to do. Now unfortunately there's nothing there to load for eastbound, but once here's a northbound run, I can select to load as well. I could load that run and then go through from there. From there I've got our proof of delivery application, which runs on Android environment. It could run on any Android environment as well, and it can run on any Android device. Creating the PODs, just capturing a signature, date, timestamps of who you're delivering it to, photos as well. And that all comes back into the warehouse management solution. Again, if I want to have a look at the signatures of PODs, but it also comes back into the ERP against the UDFs we've set. So there's our supply chain solution. So we've got the ability to pick and pack, assign these deliveries that we've created, or sales orders or AR invoices, to a run. Once they're assigned to a run, we can capture the driver who's going to do that, print a manifest, load the truck or load the van, whatever it may be, load the goods onto the truck and van, ensure we've loaded the correct goods, the correct pallets or parcels, whatever it may be, onto the driver's van or the driver's truck, and then capture a signature. So further to that, you can start then analysing how long did it take me to pack the order, load the truck, and then deliver the goods. So then we can start measuring the efficiency of how we're going as a supply chain. Appreciate your time. Please feel free to email us at sales@thericgroup.com if you've got any questions.